Communication underpins all of our relationships. Just thinking through the context of work, so much impact is made via our relationships. Our performance often hinges on the communication alignment we have with those we work with, including both internal and external stakeholders. Communication is fundamental to delivering high quality outcomes. So I'm going to introduce you to a tool that will enable you to assess your effectiveness in this area. The Johari Window. It's created by two researchers, Joseph Luft and Harry Ingham, and they developed a model of communication called Johari, so Johari. You may remember this model because it's been around a long time, and if so, it'll be useful to reflect on your style and how it has changed or not. The Johari Window looks at our own role in communicating with others. So as I share this model, I invite you to consider your preferences and how this could be helpful. In any communication or with any relationship, there are firstly things that are known to ourselves and things that are unknown to ourselves. And there are also things that are known to others and things that are unknown to others. Because we are looking at this from the perspective of what we communicate, this others dimension is about what we make known to others, not what they already know. So as you can see, it's a very simple model, but the combination of how much we know and how much we make known to others creates 4 possibilities, hence 4 quadrants using these 2 axes. So the first part of the window represents the combination of what is known to ourselves and what is known to others. Now this is called the public arena. All the action takes place here. This is where information is fully shared. Everybody knows it. It's where the conversation really happens and where understanding and information is key. The larger the public arena, the better the communication, and of course the better the results. What is known to others but unknown to ourselves represents the blind spot. So others can see this, but we can't. This could be what others think of us, but we aren't aware of. Next, what is known to ourselves but unknown to others is called our facade. Now we know it, but we keep it from others. There are many reasons why we may choose to do this. We might use this during a negotiation. It's important to keep information to yourself. However, in normal circumstances, the facade often exists because of fear of embarrassment or some concern as to how it will be received. It might also be there to hide our true motives. Just as in the facade of a building, what the world sees is one thing and something quite different goes on behind. As you can imagine, this takes up quite a lot of energy keeping this facade up. The final part of the window contains what is unknown to ourselves and also unknown to others. So this, very creatively, is called the unknown. It represents what is often a very creative space, that it's uncovered when we enter into powerful conversations. Those of us we have when someone all of a sudden enables that flashlight of insight that neither you could have had without the free exchange of the conversation. So Joe and Harry found that this is a direct correlation to the size and shape of the public arena and the results that we actually receive. So the larger the public arena, the better the results. Now, the way to increase our arena to the right and reduce our blind spot is to ask for feedback or ask questions, also called inquiry. And the way to increase our public arena downwards and reduce our facade is to disclose more of what we know, share our own point of view more, and that's called advocacy. We do not all naturally have a large public arena. Most of us tend to operate in different ways and have some work to do to become more effective communicators. But as I've said before, awareness is key. We'll now look at 4 examples of archetypes and their implications. And I will share with you some labels, but only to assist you to understand the concept. Please don't use the labels for describing others. It wouldn't be helpful in building relationships. So the first one, is very small public arena. Now, someone using this style tends to ask very few questions and tends not to disclose very much, like an oyster. Stuff can go in and out, but it can be difficult to pry open. So interestingly, there are often great treasures inside the oyster. So this style can be useful if you need to close yourself away and focus on important things. However, if this tends to be your predominant style, you may not be maximising your opportunity for achieving high quality communication and therefore results. The second archetype is having a large facade. Now this is where we would see someone asking many questions but not disclosing very much. So we call this the interview style because that's clearly what they're doing. So if you're a journalist, it would be helpful, or even an auditor. However, as anyone who's been audited knows, when someone asks a lot of questions but does not reveal very much, we can become distrustful and wonder about their hidden agenda or undisclosed motives. Now this is useful sometimes, but again, not very engaging. Questioning and doubting can emerge here. What's the agenda? Why so many questions? What have I done wrong? What is she fishing for? Ingredients for suspicion and distrust. Not so helpful. The third archetype readily discloses but does not ask many questions, and we call this a lecturer style, which is clearly useful in that context, which is what I'm actually doing now. However, if it's all one way, it can become quite tedious because the other person is not engaged and may well feel that we have no interest in them and their point of view. Now, if this was the only way that you experienced me, well, your engagement would decrease. You may know someone who has overused this style. When it's all about them talking at you, even with interjections, it ends up being about them. It also means that they continue to carry quite a large blind spot. There is no space or availability for feedback. Again, not maximising the opportunity to engage the others and achieve better results. So finally, we have the full engagement. This is where energy is invested in both dimensions and it's balanced. When we use this full engagement, we are maximising the opportunities for the sharing of the information, understanding, creating clarity and results. This is what we want to be able to aim for. More inquiry and more advocacy, educating ourselves on what others know about us and creating a broader public arena. So take a moment to reflect on your own style. If these were the only 4 options, which one would best describe your general tendency? And where are the opportunities for flexing and improving your style? The purpose here is self-reflection and self-assessment, not right or wrong answers. It also gives you a sense of how other people see you. All of us have room to grow. Even if we believe we are generally using full engagement, we can develop insights into other styles. This module is about developing our ability as leaders to become not only effective communicators, but more significantly, to become effective at both intra- and interpersonal effectiveness. This is what leads to strong working relationships and to our achievement of results.